A man that does not have the sauce is lost, but the same man can get lost in the sauce. I'm Carlos Puckering.
I'm Chris Brookbanks. Welcome to the Scared of Success series. Today, we're going to be talking about why you need a mentor.
Because you need one.
Till the lights go down, down, down. Till the lights go down, down, down. I've been feeling alright. I've been taking one.
Alright guys, so before we get started, we do have some deals going on still. So we ended up extending the January $9.99 deal. So it's still $10 to come join the gym. You can try it out for $9.99.
And it's been slapping. We have a lot of people.
Yeah, we got a ton of people.
I just got back, and the first time I pulled into the parking lot, it was like loaded.
Yeah.
So people are trying to beat those winter blues by getting into summer shape, which is something that I definitely suggest, especially for $9.99.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's absolutely amazing. I mean, $9.99, you're saving what, $100?
Yep.
No key tag, no enrollment. So yeah, you're saving about $100. You come in, you try the gym. I think the best thing about this special is that if you don't like the gym within the first 30 days, you can actually cancel.
Yeah.
I think that we've had like one person cancel.
Yeah, that's
because
it.
they moved to Dubai or something.
Yeah.
But and we also extended the 28-day challenge, and we changed the format of the 28-day challenge too. I think it's a lot better.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
people are getting a lot better results. And it's also helping people understand the real solid benefits of personal training, especially at the beginner level. So the new format, first of all, starting at $124, all your nutrition is included, which means like all of your meal replacements, all of your protein bars, your pre-workout bars, your pre-workout, maybe your mild fat burners, maybe the multivitamins that you might need. Probiotics, things of that nature. We teach you actually how to use that stuff in a format with regular food, create a custom diet specifically for you, and you get 8 half-an-hour one-on-one personal training sessions with one of our amazing trainers, or you can pick any of our amazing trainers. So that deal is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, you're really not going to find a better deal around.
There's no better deal around. There's literally
nothing else.
in the whole entire world, the world, there's not a better deal.
No.
I'm not exaggerating at all whatsoever.
No.
I've been to a lot of places. If I even tell you that in any other place, they would just buy it right then and there, just for me to train them at that place one-on-one. That's absolutely amazing. We have some awesome deals coming up next month, which I'm not going to talk about at all whatsoever. If you go to my personal page for the Carlos Puckering page, you'll see that I just put up anybody who wants a free week of personal training with some free nutrition advice. Comment your name or comment a friend's name below. And tonight at 9, I'm going to do a separate live feed and pick somebody to train for a week.
Sweet.
That's just something that I just threw in there at the last minute for absolutely no reason. What else do we got going on?
That's it. I mean, we got the new supplements in.
Oh yeah,
we almost forgot about that. We got all the new supplements.
All the new supplements. And so we got. I mean, I think chocolate peanut butter might be sold out.
We got like 2 left, I think.
Well, I'm taking another one. so
we got the chocolate peanut butter, protein, the peppermint mocha. We got vanilla chocolate and strawberry banana, which
is
people
delicious.
love.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Amazing. Yeah.
And then we got some new BCAAs.
Yep.
We got some new pre-workout. Fat burners are back in stock. CLA's back in stock.
Yeah.
And
we dropped the prices for everything.
So
make
that's
sure you guys check it out. Yeah.
Honestly, $40 for a 2-pounder is just stupid.
Yep. And the deal we got right now as well is our BCAAs, 90 servings for only $40.
Which we're only doing that for 1 month.
That's it.
So you literally get a 3-month supply of a top quality BCAA for $40.
Yep.
And our supplier is amazing. So we got some things coming up that we'll talk about in the near future. But we have some very, very high quality Canada Health Check approved product, which not a lot of people get. So I'm super duper excited about that.
Absolutely, man.
And you know what? I think that the $9.99 deal. Oh, we got another deal coming up, and I'll drop the information for it later on tonight for the Trainer's Dozen.
Yeah.
So the Trainer's Dozen is basically like this. You sign up, you get yourself into one of our programs. We're just tweaking some of the details right now, but you get yourself a free month of personal training. So the Trainer's Dozen, the way we like to do it anyway, is that if you get yourself into a 12-month program, you're going to get yourself a 13th month for free.
Yep.
And if you get yourself into a 12-month payment plan, we'll still throw you an extra month of training, depending on what you buy, absolutely free. So if you do 2 a week, you'll get an additional 8 sessions. You do 3 a week, you'll get an additional 12 sessions. You do 4 a week, you get an additional 16 sessions. That's ridiculous as well.
It's amazing, yeah.
So we've been, our trainers are amazing. We have some amazing trainers on staff. They've been really, really excited because they have a lot of clients. Our new formatting to make sure that the clients are really understanding and seeing their results on a week-to-week basis and being able to really keep track of what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, and what the changes that they have to make is absolutely amazing. Anyway, why do people need a mentor? Because I know I have mentors.
Yeah.
I have several mentors, and I know that it is absolutely it's a necessity.
Yeah, absolutely. If you listen to any of these successful business owners, entrepreneurs, or anything else really, where you've created success for yourself and you're free, is the word I like to use. Every single one of them has had mentors who helped them along the way and taught them what they needed to know. And whether that mentor is somebody that you see on a day-to-day or a week-to-week or a month-to-month basis, or whether it's somebody who you're reading their books or watching their material on YouTube, or just communicating via email or in person or whatever, it's absolutely imperative that you have someone there to help you out.
I think I have a bunch of people that I follow, like Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone, Les Brown is one of my favorites, Eric Thomas, Inky Johnson. I'm naming 100 people right now, but I follow a lot of these people, and I think that one of the most important things, well, you know what, I'll throw Ty Lopez out there, because Ty Lopez specifically talks about always talking to his mentors. And even though he's somebody that you would say is successful, he's still talking to his mentors on a regular basis. I talk to my mentors on a regular basis. I talk to Jenny Lynn on a regular basis. I talk to Dardis on a regular basis. I talk to these people on a regular basis. Just because they've already had some type of success in their life, and like Nick Sarnicola says, success leaves clues. And so if you want to be successful at anything, if you want to be a great basketball player, you better start looking up some Kobe Bryant, some Michael Jordan, you know what I mean? You want to be a great hockey player, you better be looking up some Sidney Crosby and some Wayne Gretzky. I mean, it's not, you don't have to necessarily do exactly what they've done, but I'm sure they're going to be able to give you some type of idea on what they've done to become successful, and it's not going to be too much different from what you need to do to become successful as well. And I think I see the sun shining in the gym right now. That's
it's amazing.
I
was thinking about this the other day, actually, and the way I kind of put a weird analogy together in my head. And people are like essential oils. Okay, and let me explain this because it sounds weird, but
I love
you
essential
all
oils,
have everyone has their individual, let's say, scent or what they do, and that's like their mastery. Okay, so everyone has their thing that they're an expert at. You want to surround yourself with those people who are experts in their fields. Learn that one thing from them, whatever it is that they have to teach, and take that and use it in your own life and your own business and whatever you want to do. And then once you've evolved past that, you go on and you find another mentor who you always want to be mentored by someone who's above you, who's a step in front of you.
And you have to get rid of your ego to actually be able to do that too. Because my coach right now, who's specifically coaching me, said, I'm going to get you as far as I can, and then if I can't get you any further, I got guys that are above my skill level who I'm going to pass you on to. I got to be able to accept the fact that, for one, I'm going to get passed along, right? Because, for instance, I have clients, and I told them, I was like, you know what, guys, I'm getting into a little bit more of a field where I need to really, really help my trainers get, a little bit more full and get them more experience. I'm not going to be able to train for too much longer. I'm like, oh my God, well, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to put you with somebody who has just as much experience as me or more. And it's not me necessarily that's getting you results. I'm giving you the information, like what it says right here. Mentors provide information and knowledge. So I'm providing you information and knowledge, but I'm giving you a little bit of motivation. I'm keeping you motivated. But your will, your determination, your seek for a better self, your search for insight, that's what's really getting you the result. And that's what a mentor can do for you. They're going to give you a different outlook or a different perspective on how you're going to get where you're going to get, and what it is necessarily that you're going to need in order to get to your desired outcome.
And that's huge. That's another reason you need a mentor, is because they can see things that you can't in your life. They can look at your situation and say, okay, I've been here. This is how it's going to happen, because life happens in circles. And they can say, okay, this is what you need to do. You need to either, stop talking to this person or start doing these habits and get you through points that might be a plateau that you don't even see yet.
And the thing about it is too, like, proper planning prevents poor performance, but it doesn't stop the plan from changing. So the thing that a lot of my mentors have been able to provide me, and what has really, really made me like ridiculously resilient over the course of the years, is like, listen, it doesn't matter how much you plan for anything, you got to understand that it's going to change. And it's like, you ever seen that meme? It's like, my plan versus God's plan. So it's like, your plan's like, oh, I'm going to arrive on Tuesday, it's going to be sunny, I'm going to have a full tank of gas, I'm going to have all my favorite shirts with me. And God's plan's like, you're not going to have any shirts, you're not even going to have a car, you're not going to have shoes. But everything that you learn along that journey is what's actually going to make you a stronger willed individual, and that's what's going to get you to your ultimate success. And it doesn't matter if it's in the gym, financially, relationship wise. It's really, really good to have a mentor in all those different aspects of your life. It says mentors find ways to stimulate our personal and professional growth. And I think personal, professional growth, they actually go hand in hand.
They do.
Because you can't grow professionally, and like, recently I've been asking people, I've been saying a lot on my Facebook and my Instagram feeds, why do you want to live paycheck to paycheck? That's number one. Number two, it's irresponsible to believe that the government's going to actually take care of you, because if you see what's going on in politics, especially in Southern Ontario, they're doing everything they can to take everything that you actually have and keep you poor. So it's actually your job to be self-sustained. And only a mentor that is actually broke the mold and has been able to really, fuel his or her confidence, fuel his or her fortitude and ability to, like I said, be resilient against the elements that life's going to present you regardless, can actually help you get to your maximum potential. And it doesn't matter what field you're in.
And if you're not continuously growing, you'll never reach your maximum potential.
She goes, no milkshake. No, mine's in the other room too. I was like, damn, where's my milkshake?
Wait, I got something coming for you. But yeah, if you're not continually growing and learning from your mentors, then you're never going to reach your maximum potential, even though it's always there. Like, you always have the ability to get to anything you want to be, man.
Exactly.
Like, every single person in the world could be a billionaire.
Well, you write it all the time. You're like, your mindset, and you write this almost every day. Your mindset actually determines the life that you're living and will live. And like I said, it doesn't matter if it's financially or physically. It doesn't matter what type of physical fitness that you want, or financial fitness that you want, or spiritual fitness that you want. It's all a shape. It's all conditioning. And, your mentor, one saying that I've been saying every day is, if you ain't growing, you ain't going. Because if you're not growing to your maximum potential, you're not going to your maximum potential. And like you said, everybody on the planet could be a billionaire. But if you say that to everybody on the planet who has a negative mindset, one thing I realized about me being a ridiculously optimistic person is that gets on pessimistic people's nerves.
It does.
And so a pessimistic or a negative thinking or a worried person can't survive in the environment of people who don't worry, who aren't creating their own problems, who are kind of always pushing the bar and always pushing forward and are always, that's what the flex environment is. The flex environment, we're not going to worry. Like, we're not going to be worried about what bad thing, like, and I say this to my fiance all the time. Don't think yourself into a problem. Like, don't create a problem that doesn't exist. Let's live, and when that problem arises, let's figure out what we need to do to solve that problem in its real time. Instead of going, oh my God, we're going on a picnic, it might rain, do we have umbrellas, there's no jelly for the sandwiches. Like, let's just get what we need when we need it, and think optimistically and get ourselves to where we need to be. And that's what mentorship is literally all about.
Absolutely, man. I still remember the time when I stopped thinking about problems before they started arising, and how different my life was, and how much things actually change when you stop. Because, like I said, and like you just said, you create your own universe, right?
Yes.
Your mindset creates your own universe. And if you're thinking up problems, those problems are going to happen.
Yes.
And if you're going to the beach without the jam, and you're thinking that there's no store that's going to sell it or whatever,
then you're going to run into every store that doesn't sell it. You're not going to have an umbrella. It is going to rain. Every problem that you could possibly think of will actually arise because that is the actual power of the brain. Mentors are disciplinarians, and they create necessary boundaries that we cannot necessarily set for ourselves. And that's why I think personal trainers really fall into this realm, because I set the boundaries. My clients are constantly trying to tell me like, well, I'm just going to substitute this for that. No, you're not. We're going to do it just like this, because what mentors are going to do is they're going to make you uncomfortable on purpose until discomfort is comfort and you're never ever stressed out about anything. And I know that sounds like majestic, like, yeah, right, I'll never be stressed out. Yes, we all feel stress, but we all deal with it differently. And like we talked about, thinking, creating your universe. Well, if you're compounding negative thoughts on top of negative thoughts on top of negative thoughts, and you don't have somebody that you can look to or call or Skype or text or to help you have a quick 5-minute conversation to get you back on track, you're falling off, and it's pretty much a guarantee. And that's why a lot of people actually fail.
Yeah, absolutely. And your mentor is somebody who you can, when you are feeling stressed and you're having these problems, you can come to and say, look, this is what's happening. I'm stressed out. I'm about to quit. I can't do it anymore. And they'll kind of just tell you to stop being a little bitch. Or even just give you that positive outlook. Because sometimes it's easy to slip up and start thinking negative thoughts, especially when you're first trying to transition to a healthier mindset. And
because that was a good one, and not to cut you off, but healthy mindset, because you can't do anything without it. But anyway,
so your mentor is someone that can take those negative thoughts and say, okay, this is what you need to be thinking, and just kind of implant things into your mind and get rid of that stress for you, right?
And mentors usually have the experience to be able to do that.
Exactly.
You're not going to, a baby's not going to be your mentor.
No.
Because they don't do anything. They don't have any experience to keep you out of that unhealthy mindset. They don't even know what mindset is. It says mentors are like sounding boards that we can bounce ideas off for an unfiltered opinion. That's a really, really good one too, because, like I said, I was talking to a mentor of mine just yesterday, and I was like, man, I need to do more, right? And he was like, listen, man, like, you're actually doing really, really great, but if you think that you need to do more, write down what more actually is and stop just saying I need to do more. And I actually texted you after that, and I was like, we need to do this, we need to do that. Remember when I texted yesterday? So I just bounced those ideas off of him, and he's like, so, why did you stop doing this? Why did you stop doing that? If you didn't complete those tasks, you don't feel fulfilled, and that's why you're feeling the way you're feeling. I was like, wow, you're right. But I can't think that thought, filter it, and then give myself back the necessary information, even though I do have the mental fortitude to work myself through problems. It's still good to have an outside opinion. Like, you can't sit on the couch, then run over and sit in the chair, and then lay back on the couch, and then run over and sit in the chair, and then counsel yourself into what you actually need. Sometimes you need a really, really strong third-party opinion, and that's what that's what a mentor can be.
With every level, there's a new devil. I think it was Tyrese Gibson who said that.
Different levels, different devils.
And you can talk yourself through those situations that you've already been through. Absolutely. And we do that all the time. We'll sit down and say, okay, we've seen this before. What do we need to do to get past it without creating the same problems that we did before?
Without creating a problem in general. You know what I mean?
But sometimes you get to those situations where you're like, okay, I don't know what to do. I've never seen this before. And that's when you need to start bouncing your ideas off different people.
Exactly.
And getting that feedback that'll help you get through it. And then once you do, you can look back, 3 years from now when the problem arises again and say, okay, this is what I did. This is what I need to do.
Exactly. And that's what mentors actually do. Mentors are trusted advisors. So I'm actually just going to read this word for word. It says, in the world of business, it can be hard to know who you can trust. True. And that you can trust someone, especially with the proprietary information or intellectual property, since the objective with a third party who has no stake in your idea or your venture would be happy to help you through. In return, And you know what? I'm just gonna stop right there, because what I love doing as a mentor, and I was mentoring somebody last night before I was mentored, is helping somebody get to somewhere that I once wasn't. Honestly, sometimes that's my payment. Like, yeah, I might actually get an actual monetary payment, but the payment beyond the monetary payment is when that guy or that girl messages me like, yo, I got 14 new clients in the last month, and I made an extra $1,000 this month. I'm able to do this for my mom, pay this off for my brother, get myself this set of training. That's what mentorship is, and that's why you look at Gary V's and you look at Grant Cardone's and you look at Ty Lopez's and you look at all these Les Browns and dude, $14 for a ticket for them, $20 for a ticket for them, $100 for a ticket for them. It's not really changing their life.
No.
What's really changing their life is filling a room full of people who want to change their own lives individually, and being able to give all of their struggles and all of their heartaches and not have them be worthless and for nothing, and be able to actually help people. So you need to seek mentorship. If you're feeling down, if you're feeling out, if you're feeling unhealthy, mentally, physically, spiritually drained, you need to reach out to somebody and stop being scared. Don't let fear stop you. Don't let your mind stop you from being where it is that you... Listen, man, human beings, we have the... Dude, stop where you are in your house right now. Look around. Everything that I'm looking at, from the blocks on the wall to the clock, to the books, to the posters, to the paper, to the lights, a human being created. So our potential is exponential. We can literally do, create, be anything on the planet. We're one of the only beings that can actually do that. But we have what most other creatures don't have, and that's the ability to create a problem here or a solution here. And mentorship can keep you on the right path.
Yeah, that's true, man. Your dog doesn't worry about when you're gonna leave while you're sitting there petting him.
Exactly.
In your lap. As soon as you walk out the door, he freaks out.
Exactly.
But sometimes I'll leave the house and the door won't even be closed, and he'll just sit there like, okay, what's going on?
Exactly.
And then I close the door and it's done.
Exactly.
Now there's a problem, because there's actually a problem. But
and then 5 minutes after you're gone, like if you had a dog cam, he grabbed a little bone, jumped up on the couch because you're not there, and he knows that you usually can't do that when you are there. So now there's no problem for him at all whatsoever. That dog immediately thought themselves into that moment. And that's why, like, animals are amazing in that space, because they don't care.
No.
Like, it's like specifically about what they need to do at that time to get them into the space that they need to be in. Dogs need rest, they need to play, they need food, and they don't really do too much worrying outside of that.
No.
It says mentors can be connectors. That's another huge one.
Yeah, it is.
Because, you know, I don't even know how I got to half the places that I got into my life, other than the connections that I've made with people, and them going, I think I know a guy, I'm going to connect you with him. That's how I met Kevin Darby. That's how everything we've ever done got done. By being able to put the work in, not being lazy, always being optimistic, always being in the mindset to be of service to somebody else. Because that's what a mentor wants to do. They want to serve you. They want to see you in a better space. When I was out in Florida, I was like, man, I should just run over to Grant Cardone's office right now, because if I did go over there and pitch him an idea, if he thought it was a good idea, without a shadow of a doubt, he'd invest into it. I don't have to know him personally to know that that's what he would do, because I know if I was him, that's what I would do. That's what mentors want to do. They want to see you doing better. They want to see this is the thing about it. The reason why you need to seek mentorship is because a mentor wants to put you in your power position. So not everybody has all the same strengths, but you want to put everybody in their strength and gift zone so that they're the happiest doing what it is that they're doing. Like if you're fat and you got extremely overweight, it didn't happen in a day. It happened in a year. It happened in 2 years. It happened in 5 years. Your mentor can give you the realistic outlets to tell you, look, man, you've done this to yourself over the course of 5 years, so it's going to take 7 for you to get specifically to where you want to be, but they'll guide you through that whole entire 7 and make it much easier on you.
Absolutely, man. And I think a lot of people are worried about approaching somebody and asking them to mentor them. And going back to Grant Cardone, if you were in Florida and you went to his building and said, hey, I need help with this problem, he'd take you and sit down and help you through that problem. There's no way he's going to turn you away, because especially in business, that's the type of people that they are. Every business person is in business for people.
And opportunities.
Yeah.
See, like, people look at business people and opportunists are as the devil. Because the government has done such a good job at demonizing people that, and I don't even know if it's necessarily, it's the government. Because, see, what happens is, for instance, me and you turn into billionaires, right? Then we turn into the corporate greed, mongering, fear, you know what I mean? Harboring, but it's really not that.
No.
If you look at the majority of people that made, so I'm trying to put this in a way that's the least offensive, but I don't think there's a way to not offend anybody based on this. So if I become a billionaire, people are going to start judging me based on the fact that I became a billionaire and not everything that I had to do to become a billionaire. Then they're going to say, that guy's a billionaire, he must be greedy, he must take from, he must not give to. But the reality is, you know, billionaires aren't thinking about our broke asses at all whatsoever. You know, when a billionaire sees like a lazy broke bum type of individual, they go, I wonder why he doesn't try harder. Like, you know, not a lot of billionaires.
It's a different mindset.
Exactly. It's a completely different. It's a mentored mindset. The thing about mentors is majority of the time they're free. Like, you don't even have to pay anybody to mentor you. If they take a liking to you, if they see that you have the hustle, the grind, the things that the majority of the people don't want to take on, the attributes that they don't want to take on, they want to help you for free. But when when the millionaires and the billionaires and the people that really have gotten themselves into the space to be financially free, to be mentally free, to be spiritually free, they don't think, you know, I'm going to take from them or I'm going to take from this group of people. They think either A, why don't they work harder, or why are they so fearful of getting off their asses and grinding it out, or what can I do to help those people because they haven't had a fair shake or a fair shot. And I bet you if I give this individual or these individuals a chance that they'll really be able to get their shit together. I think that's what the difference between the way society portrays the corporate billionaires. Because if you really think about it, it's not the corporate billionaire's job to take care of all of the common individuals. In hindsight, that millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire pays quadruple the tax that you pay. And it goes to those in the lower tax brackets. So really, if you look at like Drake when he just did the God's Plan video and he had a $996,000 budget, but he gave all that money away, it was an IRS tax break. Every single one of those stacks of money he gave away is now money that he doesn't have to give to the government. And what people don't realize, and even in that, I watched some of the comments on that and it was like, why didn't he give that money to Toronto? It's like, you're stupid. Like, you're thinking about it the wrong way. He gave money to people who needed it in the place he was at the time. I'm sure if he could just sit there and mail off checks to people, the random people that he didn't know, that he would, but he wouldn't be able to tell if those people really needed it at that time. But if you walk into a grocery store in a lower level income impoverished area, well, you're going to know the people in that grocery store are probably going to need the stuff more than the people that you're researching if they really need it. And, you know, mentors can really provide you with the light and the outlook and the different perspective on things based on the way that you're looking at them. Because a lot of the times, you know, Les Brown said one of my favorite things, and I look at Les Brown like one of my mentors. I didn't even have to ever meet him for him to be my mentor. He was my audio car mentor. And he said, you can't see the picture when you're in the frame. I'm in the frame right here. How can I see inside of the frame? I've never seen my own face outside of the mirror. I don't know what I look like outside of the mirror. So how do you know what your life looks like if you're the only one judging it and you're negative?
That's true. You can't. You absolutely can't. And that's why it's so important to have somebody out there who is looking at you without the biased opinion and who's just going to be completely honest with you and tell you, like, look, this is what you're doing wrong. You look like this and it needs to be different. And that way you can grow and improve yourself, right? But I think the number one advice from this is just to get out and find a mentor, because none of this stuff is going to happen for you if you don't actually
take
act.
action.
Fear
stops everybody from doing everything. I love helping people. I don't hate any people. The type of personality I hate is excuse makers. I hate people that are like, I would if, you know, the star aligned with Venus and then the sun came out at the same time as the moon and the snow melted. Because you're setting yourself up for a situation that you know is the lowest percentage of actually happening.
Yeah.
And so you're giving yourself an excuse not to go forward, not to feel the pain, not to feel the push. Struggle builds muscle. And so if you're not willing to struggle, you're not willing to build muscle. If you're not willing to hustle, you're not willing to be rich. Don't look at Lamborghini's commercials and say, well, there's no Lamborghini commercials. Don't look at Sandals Vacations commercials and go, I wish I could go on a Sandals vacation. And then somebody message you and go, hey, you want to be a Sensi director with me? Like, I just joined up for Sensi, and they have a pretty good compensation plan. And, you know like 30 moms, and I know that you bring your kid to that daycare all the time, and they're always buying Sensi, they got Sensi. And you're like, yeah, but that's going to be too hard. Well, then you don't want a Sandals vacation.
No, not at all.
It's just really that simple, and it saddens me to know that we live in a world that you put up a post today that was like, I think it was like the 5 things, like, so we're being programmed by television.
Oh, yeah.
So what was that?
Oh, man. Okay, so the first one, and I'm going to pull it up actually because...
That hit me really, really hard because I was actually driving. Well, I shouldn't say this, but I was I was driving when I seen that post because it came up in my notifications, and I was like, damn, they're doing a good job of creating us as just being sheep, and then we don't ask enough questions, or we're fearful. Like, I put up posts all the time. Now, somebody clicks like on the post. You click like on the post, which means that you liked it. You didn't like the post because you just liked it. You liked it. So now I know you want help, but now you're too afraid to ask for help. The majority of people that I actually end up helping, I actually end up messaging myself because I love helping people.
Yeah, and that's it.
Like I said, I love helping people, but I hate the lazy mentality. Like, I don't know if I can. My mom said that I can't.
And people are so scared that they will actually turn down the free help even though
it's free help.
Yeah, and even though they're being asked.
So I've had people say, well, what's the catch? There's no catch. You can leave after the 2-week period of me helping you.
Yeah.
And then if you want to come back, we could talk about it then. But if you don't have the mental fortitude to get through the week, then I know there's no purpose of me helping you. But I will give you the week, the 2 weeks, 3 weeks, the 4 weeks, whatever you need in the beginning to let you know that you can do this. Am I motivated to go lift 400 pounds on a leg press every single day? No, I'm not motivated to do that every single day. But every single day I find a specific reason of why I need to do that. Yeah. And then I get that done. So what were those?
Yeah, so now Orwell.
Yeah.
Orwell made some predictions. He was a writer.
Okay.
And I guess he's the most known for all the predictions he's made that
have come true. Okay.
Right. So
and let's be honest, you don't need to be a genius to see the way the world's going right now. Yeah. And if you're a thinker, you can say, I can say right now that our next generation won't be so relationship oriented. No. There'll be a lot of problems with communicate, like this
emotional disconnect.
And that's yes, and I can just tell that by the way the world. Okay, so anyway, so
Absolutely.
Orwell.
So basically, what the post says is 5 of Orwell's worst nightmares have come true. 1, we've been dumbed down by the public education system.
Okay, and to me that means basically they don't teach us shit.
Yeah.
So you go to school for 8 years at the beginning of your life. They don't teach you anything about what you're actually going to do when you get out of school. And then after that first 8 years, they send you to another 4 years of more school that prepares you even less for what the world is actually going to present you. Okay.
Number 2 is we've been indoctrinated by the corporate-owned mass media.
Okay, so now that's one thing I want to talk about. So you're talking about the corporate owners of Tim Hortons. They don't control the media.
No.
ABC, NBC, CTV constantly telling your vision BS, right? These are the people. That's the corporate evil.
And I saw another post by CBC, and it said CBC knows that people only read headlines, so they tell you what they want you to know. And then the post said, in the headline, it said, $1 billion deal brokered between Canada and India.
Yeah.
And then they broke down the actual article and what's actually happening in the deal. And the deal is that Canada is paying India $250 million to help them out. And then India is giving Canada $250 million. So Canadian taxpayers are losing $500 million. But what the title said was it's $1 billion deal.
So everybody's like, oh, we got a great deal going.
Yeah, and we're losing out on $500 million.
And we don't even read any deeper than the headlines.
No. They tell you exactly what they want you to know, and people are...
In the headline.
And we're being led by social media, by TV, by Netflix, by all these things that...
don't do anything for us.
Yeah.
They don't motivate you, they demotivate you.
Yeah.
They don't help your communication,
They
dumb you down. They don't help your relationship ability. If you watch Love and Hip Hop and all day, your relationships are shit. Because you look for that type of dramatic setting in your relationship.
It'll never happen.
And it'll never happen. And you'll feel unfulfilled forever.
Yeah.
But that's not even what fulfillment is supposed to be.
No.
As a matter of fact, it's supposed to be entertainment. And a long time ago, they discovered that entertainment stops you from paying attention to the shit you should be paying attention to. And so now you're not focused on what you should be focused on. And so you never reach your maximum potential. Yeah. You never find your mentor. You never ask for the help that you should because you're always living in fear. And they're the ones presenting you with the fear. Okay, so what's number 3? I know we're running out of time already, but...
It's all good.
Okay.
Number 3 is we've been socially engineered by Hollywood movies, pop culture, TV, and music programs.
Which is just what I just said.
That's the same thing, man. We've been drugged, brainwashed, and robbed by big pharma and the American healthcare racket. Now, a lot of people aren't going to like that, but it's true. I mean, especially with the introduction of free medication.
Listen, I just talked to the lady that I bought the green screen from today at Fabriland. Mm-hmm. She was like, straight up, my son had cancer. They were sending him through chemo, giving him all kind of medicine. One day he said to me, Mom, I'm not doing this. The chemo's making me feel sicker. The medicine's making me feel dumber. I just want to be happy. He started going to Canada's Wonderland, going to Alberta, Banff. He started going to Van. He went to all these different places. No cancer. He just stopped taking the medicine, stopped doing the freaking chemo. I'm not saying that this is in every single case, but what I'm saying is his mind was so powerful at some 2-3 weeks into the therapy. This is a lady I just met today. She was like, he just stopped doing it. He said everything was making him feel worse, and because he thought he was gonna die, he started to live, and that's what cured him.
That's amazing, man. 9 times out of the 10, the cure for whatever you're going through is just... Yeah, it's you, and that's it. It's inside you, man. It's either exercising, eating better, living life, having a healthier mindset, and being happier, and actually having a positive outlook and creating the things that you want to happen.
You know, first of all, I like the sticker right there. It says no negativity allowed here. That's going to keep you healthy.
Yeah.
One of the wellness companies that we're working for right now, I love their motto. It says, we want to bring years in your life, and we want to add years to your life and life to your years.
Yeah.
That's what mentors do. Yeah. They add years to your life because they give you knowledge that you would never ever be able to find on your own because you're watching too much TV and too many Hollywood movies that are unrealistic as hell. And they add life to your years because now you go out and live. And that's the most important thing to do in your life.
Yeah.
What's the last one?
And the last one is we've been tricked into thinking that the U.S. is a democracy, not knowing it's a corporate
dictatorship, basically.
Yeah, corporate control.
Yeah, it is.
Corporate control.
Yeah, it is. And now it's getting so crazy in Canada. So like I said, I just put up that thing because I follow that Proud Ontario page, which I don't even know I follow because it just pisses me off every day. It's like you hate Tim Hortons because they're corporate greed and blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, the majority of people that I know that work for Tim Hortons made above minimum wage already. They already got better benefits than I ever had in my freaking life.
Yeah.
And now they're taxing your tips. So they gave you a raise. They gave you a minimum increase. It's a minimum increase. That's an oxymoron. Minimum increase. That's oxymoronic. Just to say the two words next to each other is stupid as hell. But now they want to tax more of your money. So money that somebody just gave you, like, yo, great job. Here's an extra $20. And then Kathleen Rennie pops up out of the back seat and goes, wait a minute. I need 12% of that, 13% of that, $20. So, you know,
nuts,
seek mentorship. The moral of this show is seek mentorship. Whatever it is that you want to do in your life or whatever you think that will bring you ultimate happiness, look around, man. There's people out there that are already doing what it is that you want to do or already have done it, and they're just sitting back drinking a margarita somewhere, chilling after they did their 3K walk for the morning, got their exercise in, prepped their meals. You know, people think that life is boring, but that life is a very fulfilling life.
Absolutely, man. All right, guys, so don't get lost in the sauce.
Because the whole entire world is.